Hi guys! Welcome back to our channel! So, ito gagawa na tayo ng informative video regarding PGWP or Post-Graduation Work Permit. So, very important itong topic na ito lalo na sa mga international students dito sa Canada. Kasi if nagbabalak sila magtrabaho dito sa Canada after their studies, yan, it's very important for them to know PGWP kasi later on, they will process and apply for it. So, maraming kailangan malaman actually sa PGWP, otherwise you will not be able to work yan after studying. So, if you are interested in this topic, please keep on watching. So yan, welcome back again, no? Napatagal na ang ating informative video kasi medyo na busy na rin tayo after yung class natin kasi nagkaroon na rin tayo ng practicum na 9 to 5 p.m. yung schedule, and then yan, after practicum na absorb din agad tayo sa law firm na ating pinag-workan. So, ito very important rin actually sa aking life ngayon ang topic na PGWP, and yan, to disclose to you, hindi pa ako nakaka-apply ng PGWP. So if you have been watching my past videos, no, nakita nyo na nag-stop na ako ng work yan in the middle of the week, although hired na ako full-time ng law firm na yon, dahil yan, it's very important to wait for some of the documents before applying for PGWP. And then you are limited lang to work for 20 hours a week as of this moment. Yan. Kasi paiba-iba talaga yung working hours allowed sa international students. No? Nagbabago yan, depende kapag may nilalabas na temporary policy ang immigration ng Canada. So, nag-prepare ako ng PowerPoint to easily guide us, and whatever information I will share sa PowerPoint na yon ay galing din yon sa website ng Canada. So, this is just an informative video to relate to you. Yan, sa mga hindi pa nakakapagbasa, no, ng mga details about PGWP. I hope this video can help you. Alright, yeah, let's proceed now with the discussion on post-graduation work permit. So note that any information that I will share in this video ay lifted din sa website ng Government of Canada Immigration Department. So, yan, let's proceed with the post-graduation work permit. Ano nga ba tong tinatawag na post-graduation work permit or PGWP in short? So, if you graduated from a designated learning institution and want to stay in Canada temporarily to work, so basically, you need a permit. Hindi na syempre pwedeng gamitin ang iyong student permit yan to work. So, you have to apply for a work permit, and ang tawag doon ay PGWP para sa mga international students ha. So iba yung open work permit for the dependents, yung mga spouses na sinasama ng students, ang tawag doon sa kanila open work permit. So sa mga may LMIA naman or LAMIA, ang tawag naman sa kanila closed work permit kasi meron silang designated na employer. So para naman sa mga international students na nag-graduate sa designated learning institution and they would want to stay in Canada temporarily to work, yan, they can apply for PGWP. Ayan, so ito na rin yung aking pinaprocess, okay? Wala pa akong ina-apply so far, pero na-ready ko na yung mga documents na dapat ko i-submit, pero kulang na lang kasi later on malalaman yung ano yung document na kulang sa akin. Yan. So, gaano ba katagal yung pwedeng ibigay na PGWP sa isang international student or graduate dito sa isang designated learning institution? So, hindi siya fixed for everybody na nag-aral dito sa Canada. So, note that the length of the PGWP depends on the level and duration of your study program as well as the expiry date of your passport, whichever comes first. Yan, that's why it's very important na yung validity ng passport natin mahaba-haba ha. Otherwise, malilimit yung pwedeng i-grant sa yung PGWP. So, if nag-aral ka for less than 8 months, note that kahit DLI pa yan or Designated Learning Institution, you will not be eligible for PGWP. So the very basic requirement is at least 8 months yung study mo dito sa Canada. So between 8 months to less than 2 years naman, so they can grant same length ng PGWP. So for example, yung sinabi rin nila sa website nila, if 9 months yung study mo dito sa Canada, so they can also grant you 9 months of PGWP. How about more than 2 years? Ayan, dito ako nagfo-fall kasi yung diploma program ko yan, at least 2 years or more than ganyan. So usually, ang ginagrant na number of years for PGWP, yan ay 3 years. And I think maraming international students na ginugol talaga ay makakuha ng program na at least 2 years or basically 16 months yan kasi 4 semesters para makakuha sila ng longer PGWP, which is 3 years. And kindly take note, however, yung latest update ng IRCC regarding sa mga nagtitake ng masters. So even if 8 months lang yan, 1 year or 1 year and a half, so kung nagtitake ka ng master's degree program dito sa Canada, yan kahit less than 2 years yan, so you can also be granted 3 years PGWP. So how about 1+1? Yan, you can also be granted the combined length of that program, or minsan nga syempre 2 years na rin yan, so they can also be granted 3 years. So it's a matter of your explanation sa submission letter mo when you do your PGWP application. But however, take note that kahit na nag-take ka ng, kunwari, 1 year for this certificate and then 1 year for this certain program, they must be both PGWP eligible and they must be both taken at least 8 months. So hindi pwedeng yung isa 1 year then yung isa 6 months lang. So hindi eligible yung another year mo, yung +1 mo. So yung isa lang yung makakonsider. Yan. So you have to take note of that one. And kindly take note that you can't get a PGWP if you already had one after completing an earlier program of study. So for example, no, meron ka ng tinake na certificate program dito sa Canada. So 1 year lang yon. And then you were granted 1 year of PGWP. So kung balakin mo mag-aral ulit after your PGWP, hindi ka na ulit makakakuha ng another PGWP sa second program mo. Yan, kasi once in a lifetime lang binibigay ang PGWP. So you have to make up your mind na kung mag-aaral ka ba ngayon ng +1 or tama na tong 1 year program mo, for example, and then that's it. Yung makukuha mong PGWP, ayun na yung yan forever na allowed sa'yo. Hindi ka na makakuha ng extra. Okay? So who are those eligible? So let's go to the eligibility requirements. Yan para maka-apply for post-graduation work permit. So isa-isahin natin. So you must have completed a study program at a designated learning institution and must meet certain program requirements. So you can check in the website kasi there's a list of designated learning institutions per province, yan dito sa Canada. And take note ha, hindi automatic na designated learning institution yung inaaralan mo, qualified ka kaagad sa PGWP. So some designated learning institutions, may certain programs lang silang PGWP eligible. So ibig sabihin, hindi lahat ng programs ng DLI na yan ay PGWP eligible. So basically, please get a designated learning institution for the school and PGWP eligible na program. Yan, so you have to comply both of that. And another eligibility requirement is that you must have maintained full-time status as a student in Canada during each semester of your study program. So sometimes per school, it differs kung ano yung definition nila ng full-time status. So usually kasi ang load ng students dito sa Canada ay 5 subjects or 5 courses per semester. Pero even if you won't take all of the 5 ha, take mo lang 4 or take mo lang 3, so some schools already consider that one as a full-time status. So if you will go lower than that, you're just gonna take 2 subjects kasi feel mo overwhelming and then you are also working, then you will be qualified as a part-time student na, yung part-time status, and you will no longer be eligible for PGWP. So maganda, i-check niyo yung school niyo, ano ba yung definition ng full-time status or full-time student yan sa inyong school and program. So as an exception nga, if you are taking your final SEM under a part-time status, kasi nga, for example, na-take mo na, nag-overload ka sa ibang semesters, edi ang natira na lang 2, di ba? So, am I not eligible anymore for PGWP? Well, that's an exception kasi you have no choice na rin. Yan, rather than to take the remaining 2 and you have been a full-time student for the past semester. So, okay lang kapag sa final SEM, ka nag-part-time. Yan, yung less than the number of courses that you are taking per semester. Pwede rin, yan, exception, eligible ka pa rin kapag nagkaroon ka ng approved leave. So ano nga ba yung mga examples ng approved leave? Ito syempre yung mga maternity leave. Yan, for example, nabuntis at nanganak yung international student, syempre hindi siya makakapasok for some time. Then mag-a-apply siya ng leave sa school, but that leave must be approved ng institution para pag later on magsasubmit ka na ng PGWP application, marirecognize yan na approved ng institution mo yung leave mo. Pwede rin naman yung leave mo is based on sa medical reasons, nagkasakit ka ng matindi, hindi ka makarecover for few months, ganyan, few weeks, yan, you can also explain that on your explanation letter or letter of intent. And then ito yung before na exception, COVID-19 reasons, which is wala na masyado ito nag-a-apply. And also another eligibility requirement, so you must have a study permit that has been valid within the last 180 days. So that is of course a requirement. Yan, for PGWP application, your study permit must be valid. And then ito, if applicable sa inyo, you must have submitted an application to extend your study permit in Canada before your study permit expired. And no decision has been made on your application. So ito kasi mayroon tayong mga kasamang international students na nakakaranas na ma-expire ng study permit bago makapag-apply for PGWP. So there may be situations din na nakapag-apply nila sila ng extension for study permit, pero during the time na gusto na nila mag-submit for PGWP, wala pa ring ruling. So itong situation na to eligible pa rin as long as nakapag-submit ka na ng extension for your study permit before your student permit expired. And then, no decision has been made on your application, so you can go proceed with your PGWP application. So more of eligibility requirements. So you have up to 180 days after you graduate to apply for a PGWP. So when you apply, magkakaroon kasi ng mga checklist, yung mga checkan natin, we'll do an online submission that you attended and completed your program. So of course, hindi ka makaka-apply ng PGWP if hindi pa tapos ang program mo. Yan, if may kulang ka pang subject or if may bagsak na subject. And then you have also to confirm the name of your program. And in my case, it's Legal Assistant Diploma Program and the length of your program. So yes, this is very important kasi nga dito rin magbabase yung length ng PGWP na pwedeng i-grant sa iyo. So ito na yung kaninang mini-mention natin, what if the student permit expires? Kasi minsan talaga kapag nag-grantan tayo ng student permit, napakalapit minsan sa end ng term. Yan. So dapat talaga 'di ba magkaroon ng extension ng ating student permit, otherwise we won't be able to apply for PGWP. So if student permit expires, so they said that you can either apply for a visitor record to stay in Canada longer, or leave Canada and apply for PGWP. So napakahirap din talaga na ma-expire ng student permit habang hindi pa tayo nakaka-apply for PGWP. So if you want to stay in Canada, apply for visitor record, or otherwise if you have no choice, leave ka muna ng Canada, and then outside you can apply for PGWP. So just take a note that if you stay in Canada and let your permit expire, you must apply to restore your status as a student to apply for your PGWP. Yan, so this is another payment ha. Then to restore your status, you must pay additional fees. Yan, ipapakita ko sa inyo how much. So to restore your status as a student, you must apply online for PGWP and pay the correct fee, which is $255 if that is solo applicant ha. And pay the fee to restore your status as a student. Ito yung restoration fee. So that is $379. So because of the system limitations, you must pay the fees to restore your status as a student online, and then attach a copy of the receipt to your PGWP online application. So you don't need to make separate application to restore your status as a student. So i-attach mo lang yung payment mo na $379 sa iyong PGWP application. Okay? And then, more of restoring status ha, you can't work until your study permit and work permit have been approved. Kindly take note ha, alam ko hindi lahat nag-a-apply to, pero meron tayong mga kababayang international students din na minsan talaga nawawala ng status na na-expire ng visa or yung kanilang extension ay hindi pa na-approve. So, although you are eligible, di ba? Kanina eligible, pwede kayo mag-apply for PGWP kahit wala pang approval yung extension ng study permit nyo. Here, what's the effect? You can't work until your study permit and work permit have been approved. So if you don't apply within 90 days or if 90 days have already passed, sabi to sa website, I just copied it, you must leave Canada. So you must know how to count yan, ganyan yung 90 days. And then your study permit must be valid and not expired at the time you submit your application to be eligible to work in Canada. So, in this paragraph, dito nag-a-apply din yung karamihan. So, usually, andito tayo. Pero I have been mentioning yung restoring of status or yung losing ng status kasi merong exceptional circumstances yung mga kakilala natin na may ganon and they won't be allowed to work ha kapag nag-apply sila for PGWP while waiting for their study permit extension and work permit yan approval. So dito kami nagfo-fall guys. So as long as we have a valid study permit during the time of our submission of our PGWP application, then after that we are eligible to work in Canada while awaiting a decision on our PGWP application. So again, as I've been saying, we are allowed to work once we apply this PGWP application as long as our student permit is valid. Yan. And kahit wala pang result or decision yung PGWP, pwede na mag-work without any limit. Yan, hindi na limited sa 20 hours a week. Okay? So in my current situation nga pala, no, I'm just working 20 hours a week kasi natapos na ang aking internship or practicum, pero hindi ko pa nare-receive ang aking letter of completion and transcript of records. So, and by that time na nag-aantay ako, 20 hours a week lang ang pwede kong gawin sa pagtatrabaho. And then, yan, kailangan tandaan natin, once I receive this transcript of records or letter of completion, I need to stop working. As in, 0 hours, bawal na mag-work until masubmit ko na ang PGWP application. So, pwede naman ito mapabilis. Kaya nga sabi ko sa inyo, prepared na rin yung ilang documents ko. Inaantay ko na lang guys ang aking letter of completion and transcript of records para masubmit ko na agad, para walang masyadong time na I'm not allowed to work. So what if naman graduate ka sa mga private colleges on behalf of PGWP eligible institution? So ito yung mga may curriculum licensing agreement. So instead na mag-aaral ka sa DLI or PGWP eligible institution, may ka-tie-up silang private colleges. So what if dun ka graduate, are you eligible for PGWP? So sabi sa website ha, so these programs are not PGWP eligible in most cases. Okay, tinanggal na yan ngayon, yung eligibility. However, check the exceptions kasi may certain date na pwede kang maging qualified. Okay, so hindi ko na yan i-discuss kasi I think konti lang naman yung mga nagpo-fall under this licensing agreement, yung mga students studying under a private career college. So you can check on the exception sa website ng Canada. So what if naman your passport expires before your PGWP, yung validity na yon? Kasi 'di ba sabi natin if we studied for at least 2 years, we can be granted for 3 years PGWP. Pero paano kung ang aga mag-expire ng passport natin? Pwede ba more than the passport validity yung ibigay na PGWP validity? So sabi dito, if your passport expires before your PGWP, IRCC will, of course, issue you a PGWP that's only valid until your passport expires. So kahit na eligible ka for 3 years PGWP, maibibigay lang sa'yo ay until your passport validity, which is for example, 1 year na lang ang magagrant. So maganda talaga pag mag-apply ka ng PGWP, no, mahaba na yung validity ng iyong passport. So IRCC will tell you if you need to extend it to get the full validity of your PGWP. However, kung hindi naman talaga maiwasan, guys, na ganun talaga yung validity ng passport mo, hindi naman mawi-waive yun na wala na yung 1 year and a half mo kasi ganun lang yung validity ng passport mo. No, pwede kang magkaroon ng another submission to extend your PGWP once makakuha ka na ng updated passport, okay, na may mahabang validity. So, ito na, how to apply for PGWP. So guys, ito na yung ginagawa ko for the past week. Yan kasi I'm getting ready na mag-apply for PGWP application for me, and yan, isasama ko sa application ko yung extension for my dependents. Kasi syempre sila rin, yung visa nila for my husband, yung open work permit niya, mag-expire na yan sa July 31, 2024, and even my son, mag-expire na rin ang kanyang visitor record, yung visitor's visa niya ng July 31, 2024. So yan, lahat kami isasama ko sa application for my post-graduation work permit. And I'm doing that inside Canada. So you can also do this outside Canada. For example, umuwi ka sa Philippines for a vacation, you can also do that submission of PGWP online. So how to apply? So what's the process? So guys, in this video, I'll just be giving you the answers. Pero yung step-by-step process talaga or procedures using our GCK account, yan, papakita ko yan sa next video. Gagawa ako ulit ng video para makita nyo how I answer yung mga questions dyan sa ating GCK account. Okay? So how to apply? So when you apply, again, we must confirm the following na we have attended and completed our program, what's the name of our program, and the length of our program. So how can we prove this? So we have to submit any of the following. So it says here, any of the following, our degree or diploma, or transcript of records, or an official letter from your school. So ito yung tinatawag nating completion letters. And as I've mentioned to you, I have not received any of those. That's why I cannot proceed to apply my PGWP application. So how about working in a field that requires a medical exam? So is it required sa PGWP application natin na mag-submit tayo ng medical? So note that hindi necessary, okay? Only if you want to work in a field that requires a medical exam, you can get an upfront medical exam, which is no more than 90 days before you apply. So with valid results from a medical exam on your file, your PGWP won't have a condition that restricts the types of jobs you may work in. So only in certain jobs or work ay dun ka marerequire ng medical exam. So this applies usually sa mga health-related job or occupations. So kung hindi naman related doon, kasi may list naman yan when you do your application, makikita mo ano yung mga list ng jobs na kailangan medical exam. So doon yung malalaman if you will be getting medical exam or not. But since ako naman, nagdi-deal ako sa office, hindi ako related sa mga health-related jobs, yan, I won't need to do a medical exam. So now, after we applied, yan, for PGWP, ano nang mangyayari sa atin? Yan, wala pang decision kasi it can take months talaga bago magkaroon ng approval or decision on your PGWP application. So what are you going to do in the meantime? So sabi sa website, okay, you can work full-time until they make a decision on your work permit application if you, okay? So pwede kami mag-work full-time, guys. Pero I need to comply these 3. Yan, yung 3 bullets na yan, 3 requisites. If I had a valid study permit at the time I submitted my application, so check yan kasi yung study permit ko valid until the end of July 2024. And then, I have completed my study program. Yes, and that's gonna be proven by my letter of completion or transcript of record. So, in some institutions, sabay yan dumadating. Some institutions then magkahiwalay after certain day, doon mo palang ma-receive yung isa. And finally, ito another requirement, I was eligible to work off campus without a work permit while studying and I didn't work more hours than I was allowed to. Guys, this is very important ha. Depending on the time or period kung kailan kayo naging international student. Kasi guys, iba-iba yung allowed work hours natin during our studies. Yan, may mga temporary policies na up to 20 hours a week ka lang pwede mag-work and then it was lifted November 2022 ha. During that time, nilift yung cap na yan na 20 hours. So, wala nang limit yung working hours ng international students. And then, ngayon, binalik na naman starting May 1, 2024. 20 hours a week na naman yung mga students. So, guys, you must take note that you are abiding with the policies in place from time to time. So, you have to document it. You must state that you are complying kung nagtatrabaho ka with the work hours limit. So, dahil nga, kapag yan nasilip, no, hindi kayo nag-comply, for example, 20 hours a week ka lang, and you are working 25 hours a week, nako, red flag yan, pwede ma-deny ang PGWP application mo kasi during your stay here as a student, you are not complying with the rules. Yan, as an international student. So, yan, bilang international student talaga guys, we must be very careful. Yan, we must follow all the rules, otherwise it can affect our application later on. So ito na yung marireceive din nating letter once we submitted our PGWP application. So we will be receiving this work permit extension for PGWP or IMM 0127E letter. So it says here that you're authorized to work until a decision is made. Okay? So pwede na tayo mag-work habang nag-aantay ng desisyon. And even if the 120-day validity period of the letter expires, so may validity period kasi to 120 days, pero if ever nga, syempre, hindi natin masabi na tumagal yung processing ng ating application, are we supposed to stop working by that time? So sabi din dito, kahit na dumaan na ang 120 days, hindi pa rin na-approve ang PGWP application natin, we are still allowed, okay, to work. So, if we need proof of authorization to continue working, kasi nga expired na tong letter na to, we can ask for it using the web form. So, paano naman kung may dependents ang ating spouses no, or common law partners? So, sabi dito, if we approve your application for a post-graduation work permit, your spouse or common law partner may be eligible for an open work permit. Kaya, tinatawag natin tong extension of our spousal open work permit. So talking about these spouses or even dependents kung may mga kasama silang anak, okay? Kailangan ba magkatrabaho nung PGWP applicant or ng international student bago siya makapag-apply for PGWP application? So yan yung tanong ng karamihan. As a general rule guys, no, kapag solo applicant ka lang talaga, hindi ka required na magkaroon ng trabaho when you do your PGWP application. Whether or not may work ka, you can submit that and you can be granted the length of PGWP that you deserve. However, yan, things will be different guys if meron tayong spouses or common law partners. Even dependents, yung mga kids na dala-dala natin, hindi natin ma-extend ang kanilang visa kung wala tayong trabaho. So, it is a necessity guys to have a job, whether Tier 0 to Tier 5, sabi dun sa policy ha, para ma-extend natin ang ating mga dependents. Although, yan, I have been reading a lot of yung mga posts or situations or experiences ng mga international students na sabi na nag-submit naman daw sila ng certificate of employment, yun nga lang Tier 4, pero na-deny sila, na-deny yung extension ng mga dependents nila. So to be safe, no, and if possible, you can target yung mga occupations na nasa Tier 0 to 3 para wala kang isipin na madedenay ang iyong dependents. Pero yan, kung wala talaga, syempre ang hirap din makahanap ng work and nasa Tier 4 to Tier 5 ka and meron kang dependents, no, you can put in your letter of explanation yung temporary policy na yun, no, saying na pwedeng Tier 0 to Tier 5 lang and hindi naman kailangan full-time yung work, pero much better syempre full-time yung work and pwedeng part-time. And makakatulong guys na if mag-attach tayo ng certificate of employment, yung mga pay slips or pay stubs natin na proof na binabayaran na tayo ng ating employer. Tier 0 to 3, yan, to be safe. And yan, when we submit our PGWP application if we have dependents. Okay, so I hope we are clear on that one. And that is all guys for the things to know about PGWP. So yun lang guys, I hope meron kayong natutunan sa ating video for today. And as I have mentioned, no, gagawa ako ng separate video on how I do my PGWP application step by step para may guiding kayo when you do your PGWP application later on. So, yun guys, para sa mga bago sa aming channel, I hope you consider subscribing po and don't forget to click the notification bell para updated din kayo sa aming latest video uploads. So yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Peace!